Hello and welcome back. In this video, we'd like to show you some of the key baseline features that will be helpful for your interaction with using the Einstein Analytics Dashboard Editor. The intent of this video is to show you some of the key important features when using the Dashboard Editor so that it'll be easier for you to follow along in our online instruction using the Dashboard Editor. So how do we get there? Simply launch the app launcher and jump into the Analytics Studio. The easiest way to quickly start creating dashboards is with the Create button. Now, if you've seen any of our other videos, you know that if you create applications, some of those will automatically create dashboards for you. But if you're going to be starting from scratch, you're going to be using the Create Dashboard option. And first, I'd like to show you the features when using a blank dashboard, and we'll talk about templates momentarily. So here I am creating a blank dashboard. Some of the key components I'd like to quickly highlight is on the left panel, we have all the widgets that are available for us to drag onto a dashboard. And as we go through the classroom instruction, we'll talk about each of these widgets in more detail. Next, you'll see the default gearbox. These are the components that apply globally to the dashboard. So if you'd like your dashboard to have more than 12 columns, if you'd like to change how things are spaced or the color for the entirety of the dashboard, or any specifics about the dimensions of the dashboard, all of that is edited here. The next interface is where you can edit dashboard pages, and we'll talk about this in more detail when we get into the class. Now up here, another important feature is the layout. If you would like to build layouts for the mobile devices or for different layouts for where these dashboards appear inside of your Lightning pages, you will be doing that here. As you've been constructing your dashboard, we highly encourage you to continue to be saving it. And if you want to preview what your end users will see, you may use the preview button here. There's additional features here which go into more advanced features that we will talk about during our classroom instruction. Now, remember, if we click on this default gearbox, we see that we're editing the dashboard properties. If we click anywhere that it's blank, or if we click anywhere on this gray bar, you will see that the query panel pops up, and this will allow you to create queries. Now, we previously talked about the Explore interface, and what you will commonly be doing is activating the Create Query button and selecting your data set, and that launches you into your Explore interface. And if you recall, we've quickly shown some options where I can look at the sum of the amount, and I'm going to be looking at the amount by owner, and I'd like to go ahead and select that this will be sort descending. We highly encourage you to be naming your queries, because as you're constructing your dashboard, you're likely to be having lots of these queries, and a good naming convention will be helpful. Now, how do we get our visualization onto our dashboard? We want to first select the widget we would like to select. In this example, if we want to leave it as a chart, I can drag on and resize the chart widget. And now I can drag my query over to the chart. And you can see wherever it's red, I'm not able to leave it. But once I'm over the chart, you can see how the chart has highlighted blue, and I might let go of my query. Now, if I want to convert my bar chart into a tabular format, I can do that by pulling in the table. And then I may drag my bar chart over the table, and now it has converted it to a table for me. If I want to use this data as options for filtering, I can use what's called our list selector and drag the list selector on. And now when I drag amount by owner, you can see that it gives me filter options, so I can select the different owners, and then these filter options will apply to the remainder of my dashboard. If I resize this, the list will automatically size appropriately for how much space you give it. So in this example, it is now a collapsible list because there's not enough room in the space that we've made for the widget. If I go into preview mode, as I had mentioned, I can see how the collapse works, and when I click on it, it pops up, and I'm able to select the options that I'd like to filter on. Now, we'd like to return back into edit mode, and we can do some more edits. Let's quickly create another query. An option we may want to do with our opportunities dataset is to allow users to toggle, for example, by account type. So here we have customer accounts and partner accounts. And we're going to simply say number of opportunities by account type. And I'm going to say that we're done. Now, I can simply drag on the toggle widget, and the number of opportunities by account type was a chart, but if I drag it over the toggle, you can see that that converts it to a toggle to select between customer and partner accounts. And if we drag amount by owner on again as a chart this time, and we go into preview mode, we can see our toggle in action. So here we can see that Kelly has the most amount of deals in partner for partner accounts, and Irene has the most amount for customer accounts, and for both combined, that is Irene. And so that is how we're able to quickly build our toggle. Another option is that folks commonly will want to add date ranges. We want to filter for a specific date range. I can just quickly add the date range widget onto my dashboard. I can select it, and it automatically uses my last data set to allow me to pick which date range I'd like to allow my users to filter with. We of course can change the data set if we want to, but in this example we're just going to leave it, and we're going to create the date filter on the close date. So now again, if I go into preview mode and I activate the date filter, I can filter for the current fiscal year and go ahead and select update, and my chart has updated, and that's how I added my date filter. There are additional options on here, and we will cover these in more detail in the class, but we wanted to give you the initial foundation for the key components that folks are frequently using on the dashboard. Now, I did mention that there is also the option under Create Dashboard for you to create from templates. There are two types of templates. There are the basic templates here that will create a foundational alignment of how your widgets could be laid out, and then you can simply drag charts onto those widgets. And then you can see the smart icon is for smart widgets, where they will be walking you through a wizard, and the wizard will allow you to select specific types of data so that you can pre-populate your dashboard. Now, the easiest one to demonstrate quickly would be this comparison dashboard. We can go ahead and select it and activate continue, and we're going to name our dashboard and drop it into an app. In this example, I'm going to use the shared app. And here you can see I have my dashboard widgets pre-populated with a potential layout for comparing different items. So here I want to add some queries to the dashboard. Remember the gray bar here, I can click on the gray bar and I have my create query option. And so here again I can look at my opportunities, and I can go ahead and look at the sum of the amount and the bars again by the owner, sum amount sort descending, and I can go ahead and say amount by owner. And here I can drag this on into the chart panel. And so basically you would continue to do that with each of these options until you have completely filled up this dashboard. Or of course, if you want to change things, you can quickly activate and delete and easily move things around until you have the layout that you prefer. So thank you for watching these key components when using Dashboard Editor in Einstein Analytics.